Well, I had to, well, it wasn't even like I have to split this up, but, the requester wanted me to do 2 separate requests in one video. One of them is going to be black, one of them's not, so I kind of have to split it up. So, there'll be one on Sunday and one on Tuesday, just like last week. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know, I am. We are back for our Beatles Sunday video, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Sunday with this one. The other one will be Tuesday, more than likely. We're listening to I Feel Fine, and this is the promo clip for it. It came out in 1964. I Feel Fine, the B-side of it was She's a Woman. It was released exactly on November 23rd, 1964. It was recorded a month prior in October of 1964. It was their 5th highest selling single of the 60s. Lennon wrote the riff when he was when they were all recording 8 days a week. He kept playing in between the takes, and he later recalled that I told them I wrote a song and he didn't think it was very good, but they did it with the riff and it sounded like an A-side, and they decided to release it like that, and here we are. Apparently it's influenced by a riff from Watch Your Step, which is performed by Bobby Parker, and then the Beatles covered it during their concerts during 61 and 62, and then the drums were inspired by Ray Charles' song from 1959, What I'd Say. There you go, spiel over. If you like to subscribe, help brother out, click that icon right below my face. I'd really appreciate it. And if you leave a like and a comment with another Beatles track to do, I might just do it. You never know. And thank you to our patron Scott for another great request. I have no doubt. All right. I Feel Fine. The Beatles. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good to me, you know she's happy as can be, you know she said so. I'm in love with her and I feel fine. Baby says she's mine, you know she tells me all the time, you know she said so.
Ooh, I love that riff.
I'm in love with her and I feel fine.
Poor Ringo, bro. Are they gonna make him?
I'm so glad that she's my little girl. She's so glad she's telling all the world that her baby buys her things, you know. He buys her diamond rings, you know. She
So
said
young.
so. She's in love with me and I feel fine.
My blood is boiling right now. It's got a fan. Come on. Poor Ringo. No respect. They're focusing on his feet, guys. Come on.
Baby says she's mine, you know. She tells me all the time, you know. She says
He's
so.
going in right now too. That's a shame.
I'm in love with her and I feel fine. I'm so glad that she's my little girl. She's so glad she's telling all the world that her baby buys her things, you know. He buys her diamond rings, you know. She said so.
He's going in.
She's in love with me and I feel fine. She's in love with me and I feel fine.
That is a sick riff. Some good feedback. We're playing that again. I'm sorry. I kind of went red there for like 25 seconds probably, because seeing Ringo on a bike like that made me so mad, bro. No respect whatsoever for my man. This man's put in more work. Well, I can say more work. This man's put in work compared to a lot of other people. No respect. That's crazy. I said it. It's got a fan on it. All right, the Beatles. I Feel Fine. A double play. Because I need to see that again. I'm sorry. 3, 2, 1, go. Goddamn bicycle. It's a sick riff, though. It's a great song. I need to hear it again, though.
Baby's good to me, you know. She's happy as can be, you know. She said so.
What's that?
Baby says she's mine, you know, she tells me all the time, you know, she said so. I'm in love with her and I feel fine. I'm so glad that she's my little girl. She's so glad she's telling the whole world that her baby buys her things, you know. He buys her diamond rings, you know, she said so. She's in love with me and I feel fine.
Here comes the zoom. So is that John or is that George playing that? I know John's playing the riff, but...
Baby says she's mine, you know, she tells me all the time, you
That
know,
cymbal
she
is
said
amazing.
so. I'm in love with her and I feel fine. I'm so glad that she's my little girl. She's so glad she's telling all the world that her baby buys her things, you know. He buys her diamond rings, you know, she said so. She's in love with me and I feel fine. She's in love with me and I feel fine.
God damn it. At least she has fun with it. I'd be mad as hell, I'm not gonna lie. You're like, bro, I'm killing it on this track, and you got me on a stationary bike with the fan on it? I'm mad for him. I'm just being hyperbolic, but still, that is disrespectful as hell. Alright, so that was John Lennon, double track lead vocal. It says lead and rhythm guitar, but it has George listed for lead guitar as well, and harmony vocals. So I'm guessing John was playing the riff, and then that little like kind of mini break solo that they had there, I guess in the middle, that might have been George. I don't know. Paul McCartney on bass and harmony vocal. Ringo Starr on the bicycle. I was kidding, on drums. And he was killing it, bro. That cymbal, he was riding the shit out of that cymbal, that whole song, and it sounded so good, dude. That's why it made me so mad seeing him out there like that. I'm like, man, he's the highlight other than the guitar riff, you know? But the feedback in that riff was really cool, too. I think it... Did it say something about that? At the time of the song's recording, the Beatles have mastered the studio basics, had begun to explore new sources of inspiration and noises previously eliminated as mistakes, such as electronic goofs, twisted tapes, and talkbacks. I Feel Fine marks one of the earliest examples of the use of feedback as a recording effect in popular music. Artists such as the Kinks and the Who had already used it live, but Lennon remained proud of the fact that the Beatles were perhaps the first group to deliberately put it on vinyl. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's a hell of an achievement, and of course, they're like the Simpsons, bro. I mean, like, Simpsons did it, you know, the Beatles did it. You know, and we even found a song last week that everyone thought was a Mamas and Papas track, and the whole time it was a Beatles track, too. Well, not everybody. I just say it like that. Not everybody thought that, obviously. But I think that's crazy, man. Like, they're so influential in so many ways. More than just music, more than just culture. It just goes beyond everything. Like, even to this day, there's people like me and people even younger than me that are discovering them and, like, falling in love with them no matter what, man. I think that's amazing. That is the hallmark of a band that actually achieves something in their lifetime, you know? It was a very short, like, compared to like the Stones, you know what I mean? Like, the Stones have been kicking for a long time. I don't even know the exact like amount of years, but it's a lot of years, and they only had less than a decade, basically, you know. And I think that's just absolutely crazy to me. And the output too, because it said that something about, like, you know, people were waiting for bated breath in 1964 for their new singles to come out. I guess I think they were working on Beatles for Sale. I think that's what it was, or so, what did it say? It said that it topped the charts for 3 weeks in #1 in late 64 and early 65. It was the 19th biggest U.S. hit of 1965, according to Cashbox. And the singles were... so it was the 6th single by the Beatles to hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in a calendar year of 64, an all-time record. In order, these singles were I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You, Can't Buy Me Love, Love Me Do, A Hard Day's a Night, and I Feel Fine. So this is the last one. And then they went on to do even bigger and better things. So 1964 was the year that they completely had the world in their fingertips. I mean, they had it going forward too, of course, but this was the year that it was just everywhere, you know? Beatlemania, man. I think that's crazy. It's crazy that it's still influential to this day. You know what I mean? Like 1964, huge year. And now it's 60 years later. And look, chuckleheads like me are on the internet just going through their catalog piece by piece or album by album if I have time, you know, and just, you know, falling in love, man. And they were so young here, man. They're always so young. When I see these videos, I always look, I'm like, damn, you know, they're younger than me there. And they're conquering the world without firing a shot, man. It just makes me, I don't know, weep for lost potential, but I still have plenty of time to do what I want. So once I get everything situated with this house, and like we're kind of stable, I'm going for it, bro. I really am. I have plans, and I already have things happening behind the scenes, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. And it's just gonna be great to play again. You know what I mean? Like I don't know where I'm gonna put it exactly, but I'm gonna find a fucking spot, bro. Even if it's out in the camper van, I'm putting it out there, bro. We'll figure it out. Obviously, the highlight for me would be Ringo's cymbal in this, but it's still the guitar riff was absolutely phenomenal, honestly. And it's so funny. That's just something he was playing. Lennon was just playing along with. And they're like, hey, let's make a song out of that. Bam, number one, 7th in a row or 6th in a row, whatever it was. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, they're just so fucking good. Sorry to curse, but you know what I mean? Like, that's just, it's mind-blowing. But obviously this will never be topped again. It's sad to say. I was talking to somebody about this the other day in the comment, you know, about are we ever going to return to this kind of peak? And, you know, everyone's taste is subjective, obviously, and I'm a doomer when it comes to music, and I'll admit that. That's my fault. But it has to be the right culture. It has to be the right climate. It has to be the right drugs, to be honest, you know, because drugs are very influential with music, you know. It usually goes hand in hand. Well, it did after the 60s at least. But I'm not saying the Beatles are like that, but a little bit, you know. Pot did change them a little bit, you know. So did Bob Dylan. But it's, you know, it's all there's so many different factors that goes into it that made them, you know. Not only are they just four, you know, normal guys from Liverpool, but they're just amazing musicians that like came into their own and had a producer that also was by their side, you know, that really added to the music, and they worked together very well. And they all had their beef with each other, and they all had problems throughout the years, but they were brothers at the end of the day. And like I always say, they conquered the world, man. And that's amazing. It makes me happy vicariously for them 60 years in the future. I don't know why, but I've grown very attached to these boys. I don't know why. See, look, they're right here. Every reaction. Well, you can't really see anybody but Paul and Ringo, but they're right there, you know? So I appreciate them, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. If you have another track by the Beatles you think I'd like, leave it down below. And thank you, Scott, for sending that video in. Even though it was infuriating as hell to see Ringo on a bicycle with a fan, it was still fun. It was great to see them. It always brightens my week to see them, and we got one more after this, so... Well, not today. It's going to be on Tuesday probably, but we'll see. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Like I said, Ringo's cymbal, that riff, and then of course the vocals, man. That chorus is going to be stuck in my head now. I'll see y'all later.